Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in on a Saturday evening. I'd asked my colleagues why exactly we want to do this on a Saturday evening. This is not the appropriate time to hold quizzes, um, but this is what we decided for some strange reason, and here we are. So today's quiz is going to be on arbitration, like you've already seen the messages. As all of you know, arbitration is very fast becoming a viable alternative for litigation. And this has to do a lot with the change in the attitude amongst people, which has taken place post the pandemic. Alternative dispute resolution mechanisms have become more and more popular. And we're looking at a scenario where, very honestly, ADR can provide a sustainable alternative, which is going to become both commercially as well as financially and time-wise very viable as an alternative dispute resolution mechanism. So this is something that is going to become popular as we speak. This has to do with the fact that post the pandemic, a lot of contracts, Arbitration Conciliation Act, as all of you must be knowing, came into force in the year 1996. But for the longest time, the attitude towards this was a very stepchild kind of attitude where it was not taken up very seriously. Most litigations, most people who entered disputes preferred litigation as they thought that that would be a more appropriate and effective form of dispute resolution and a short remedy to the problems that they're facing. But that's no longer the case. The attitude's changing because we've realized that the pendency in cases that the various courts in the country were facing has only blown out of proportion post the pandemic. Now, I'm not trying to suggest that ADR and especially arbitration will become something that leaves litigation behind in terms of the number of cases that they handle. But because of the change in scenario, we will have situations where more and more people are going to try and explore ADR and try and explore arbitration for dispute resolution. Now, what has primarily happened in the field of arbitration till now is because of the fact that agreements that are signed between organizations, commercial disputes have gone into arbitration, but they're generally of a high value nature that go into arbitration. Smaller disputes generally tend to be ignored. They try to settle the matter, or they just ignore it and move forward, bring the contract to an end without any satisfactory solution to the problem, because the alternative just seems very, very time consuming and very, very expensive to follow. Now, with rules and regulations coming in where there is a standardization of arbitration, where there are schedules which have been created through judgments of the court, which say that there will be standardized fees that will be charged. There is a structure that is slowly being built around the alternative dispute resolution mechanism. And hopefully with the mediation bill that's soon to come in, we will have more structure to this field. So the future looks extremely bright when it comes to ADR. I mean, that's how I look at it. I think it's going to be, in the next 3 to 4 years, it's going to really gain a lot of momentum. This also has to do with the fact that there are legislative pushes that are being made, wherein both the judiciary and the government are realizing that if there has to be effective resolution of disputes, especially in the commercial sector, with India trying to become more of a commercial hub for countries to come and host their services over here, have services that they outsource, we will have to have effective dispute resolution mechanisms that are available in India. And that's exactly why a lot of legislations are also beginning to promote arbitration. Having said that, and having said the fact that arbitration is, according to me, going to be a very, very viable option in the near future, I hope more and more people start becoming a part of this learning mechanism. B, start becoming a part of the arbitration movement. Why I'm excited about this also is, unlike litigation, arbitration is profession agnostic, basically meaning that it doesn't matter which professional background you come from. You can become an arbitrator if you have the requisite qualification, if you have the requisite trainings, and therefore dispute resolution now will not now, it's been the case for some time, but now with knowledge about this getting out into the open public and more people getting aware of it, we will have more dispute resolution professionals who are not necessarily from the legal fraternity, which will open up avenues and therefore increase the scope of professionals giving this as a service. So having said that, let's get into the quiz. I'll just tell you a few rules and regulations about the quiz, and then we can jump right into it. I think somebody in the chat had asked, where is the link for the quiz. I will be posting it on the chat very soon. What it will do is it will open up the quiz on your device, whether you're doing it from a phone or a laptop. We'll have questions which are being asked. There's a stipulated time which is being given for each question. I've got 12 questions for you. We'll do the question, and then we'll have a short, very brief discussion on the question with my opinion and what I think about the answer. We'll move on to the next question, but please remember, the faster you give an answer to the question, the more points you get. It's not just important that you get the correct answer, it's also extremely important that you select the correct answer as soon as possible. Some questions are very easy, very direct. Some questions are a little complicated, and some questions are a little confusing, and that's how I wanted to keep it. There is no negative marking in this, so please go ahead and select the answer, even if you're unsure. The worst that can happen is that you won't score any marks. But please do not leave a question unanswered. And if you have any questions about the manner in which we are doing this, please post the question in the chat. I have my chat open in front of me, and you will be able to interact with our team, which is there in the background, as well as me, if I can see the question in time. Before we begin, any questions that you have about the quiz itself? Yes, somebody said that Lok Adalats are happening very effectively nowadays, actively promoting Lok Adalats. And yes, that is a form of alternative dispute resolution. And the more we have access points available for justice, the better it will be, because the individuals will have an increased faith in the judicial system, which as of right now, possibly because of a lack of access, people have a lesser faith in the judiciary. The quality of judgments in India has always been very high, but what does tend to happen is, because of the overburdening of the system, access to justice is delayed, and that's causing a very, very big roadblock. Hopefully, with these forms of alternative dispute resolutions systems becoming more and more popular, we will have more access points, and therefore more and more people coming forth with their problems to be resolved. All right. Will the SW activate on its own? No, the quiz will activate only after I give you the link. I was just asking if you have any questions. I'll just be posting the link to the quiz in the chat. Just click on that link. It will take you to the quiz. Rama, I'm speaking pretty loudly, but Rama, I'll try and speak a little louder. Is this any better? Is my voice sounding any better? Now, and I also apologize for this halo on top of my head. It seems as if I've attained divinity. My head is extremely shiny today, and I apologize for that. I haven't received any divine blessings. It's just that the lighting is bad. All right, let's begin. I'm just going to post the quiz link in just a second, and then we can start off. Oh yeah, the creator team has also posted the link. Please click on the link, and we will go live in just a minute. What I also will be doing, what I also will be doing is I will be sharing the leaderboard after every 3 or 4 questions, wherein you will be able to see what exactly is the leaderboard looking like and who's winning. And please remember, the score keeps changing. Just 1 second, I will stop sharing. I just need to go on to my quiz and set it up. Start from beginning, present from beginning. All right. I'm going to share my screen now, and it keeps changing. So please make sure that you don't give up. Can all of you see the screen? Are all of you able to see the screen before I begin? Is my share screen working? Okay, great, awesome. As you can see, there are 12 questions that are going to come up. After every 3 or 4 questions, we've got a leaderboard, and please remember, in the last quiz that I hosted, there was somebody who was leading till the 10th question. The last 2 questions, there are about 4 people who caught up, and unfortunately, the person who was leading the quiz just dropped out of the top 5. So don't give up, and let's begin. Let's begin. All right. The first question: which of the following statements is true about arbitration in India? Take your time, read the options available. Oh, all right. Let me skip over this quiz, this question, because I didn't realize that I can ask very short questions over here. See if you can answer it. I apologize for this because apparently I wasn't aware of the fact that you can ask only very short questions over here. My bad. To arbitrate a dispute, the parties to a contract must explicitly agree to use arbitration as a form of dispute resolution. This is very, very important because arbitration, unlike mediation works a little differently from arbitration does. Mediation can be referred, so a court can send parties to mediation, but it doesn't work like that in arbitration. In arbitration, the parties must explicitly in a contract agree to arbitration, and only then arbitration can be chosen as an option. But if you could see the correct answer, please click the correct answer. If you can see it, great. Let's move on to the next question. Can contracting parties choose to combine mediation and arbitration in their dispute resolution clause? Can contracting parties choose to combine mediation and arbitration in their dispute resolution clause? Priyanka, I hope, Seema, Priyanka, I hope you're clicking on the answers in the options available as well. Putting it up on the chat will not register your score. I hope that's clear. I hope you've clicked on the AHA Slides link and joined the quiz, and you're registering your answers there. Priyanka and Seema, could you just confirm that? I don't mind that you're sharing your answers over here as well. Please feel free to do so. But I hope you're registering your answers on the quiz slides as well. Yes. So let me get back to the question. Can contracting parties choose to combine mediation and arbitration in their dispute resolution clause? Yes, you can. Seema and Priyanka, both of your answers are correct, and a majority of you have answered this correctly. Yes, you can combine both of them. The advantage is, this is called what is typically referred to as a med-arb clause or a mediation arbitration clause. In this kind of a clause, which is now very becoming rather popular in contracts, what happens over here is the parties in the contract itself agree that they will first try out mediation as a form of dispute resolution, and in case the matter cannot be resolved through mediation, which is basically a form of facilitated negotiation. If it cannot be resolved through mediation, then the parties will resort to arbitration, where they have their rights determined by a neutral third party. So your answers, a majority of you have got this answer correct. Thank you so much. Priyanka and Seema, if you could just confirm that you're registering your answers on AHA Slides as well, that'd be great. All right. let's move on to the next question. Just give me a second. All right. Next question. Which of the following types of disputes are arbitrable? Matrimonial disputes, fraud or other criminal proceedings, labor and industrial relations disputes, and disputes linked to a commercial engineering contract. You've got 4 options in front of you: matrimonial disputes, fraud, labor, or contract related. Let's see how many people get it right. All right. There is a little bit of a confusion over here. So matrimonial disputes cannot be mediated. Labor disputes fall within the realm of the Labor Commission, and therefore that cannot be arbitrated. Fraud or other criminal proceedings also cannot be arbitrated. The ones who've got the answer correct, that is the 4th option, disputes linked to a commercial engineering contract can be arbitrated. Now, please remember, maybe some of you have a confusion because of the fact that matrimonial disputes can be mediated, but they cannot be arbitrated. Now, because we can't have a private individual determine the rights of parties with respect to a matrimonial system, because it is adjudged according to a personal law. So that doesn't work. Therefore, matrimonial disputes are out. Fraud and criminal proceedings, since fraud and criminal proceedings are generally proceedings which happen in the context of the state, they are out. Labor and industrial disputes, because of the fact that labor and industrial disputes are typically under the Industrial Disputes Act, and you've got a specific system of law developed to address those issues, that's also out. But commercial contracts of the nature in this question, for example, mentioning engineering contracts, can be brought within the ambit of arbitration. Just a little bit of a tidbit before I move on to the next question. Insurance also has a limited scope when it comes to application of arbitration. There are, for example, life insurance cannot be arbitrated. So if you've got a life insurance policy and there's a problem relating to the payout, you cannot have that arbitrated. However, there are certain kinds of insurance policies in which arbitration is possible to a limited extent, and that could be something like if there is a fire insurance and there is a dispute relating to the quantum of insurance that can be paid, that can be arbitrated. All right, let's move on to the next question. I think we've got a leaderboard. All right, Anas is leading with 179 points. Congratulations. K is coming in second, Sanket third, Vihar fourth, and Naksen fifth. We've got Vivan and Aman on the same score. Preeti and Deepak, Bhushan. So what we will be doing over here also is, please remember, guys, we will be displaying these scores and we'll be releasing the results on the basis of these scores, and we will be putting this up on our social media platform as well. All right, let's move on to the next question. What is the time limit within which arbitral tribunal has to issue a final award? 18 months from the date of appointment of arbitrators, 6 months from the date of appointment of arbitrators, 12 months from the date of appointment of arbitrators, or 6 months from the date of submission of the statement of claim. I don't know what that last part, claim and, should be claim and counterclaim, or claim and statement. All right. So, all right, there is a confusion. Please remember, the typical period that is given, mandated by statute, initially is 12 months. From the date of appointment of arbitrators, you have to do it within 12 months. But since the question is, what is the time limit within which the arbitral tribunal has to issue the final award? The answer is 18 months, because then the parties, so for example, there are parties A and B which decide that there is an arbitral proceeding happening, and they know that the proceedings are going to come to an end, 12 months have passed. They can further extend the mandate of the arbitral tribunal by 6 months. If the arbitral tribunal then, even after 18 months, fails to achieve a result, their mandate will come to an end, and it can only be then further done if one approaches a court and the court then allows it, only then can it be done. Otherwise, it cannot be done. As per the statute, there is a maximum period of 18 months available for an arbitral tribunal to deliver their award. All right. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following is not permissible ground for challenging an arbitral award? This is an easy one. I've kept this question as easy as I could have. The options are when the party is dissatisfied with the decision made by the tribunal, when the party is under some kind of incapacity when entering the agreement, and when the party is unable to present their case during the arbitration procedure. All right. Okay. So please remember, arbitration is very different from litigation. Arbitration does not have this. The general system of litigation generally says, in civil matters especially, it says that you have an option of the first appeal and the second appeal. Arbitration is not like that. There are very, very limited grounds available under the Arbitration Conciliation Act, for example, under Section 34, where an arbitral award can be challenged. All right. And therefore, you cannot just be dissatisfied with the decision of the arbitral tribunal. So, for example, if you turn around and say, "I don't like the decision," I think what may have happened over here is some of you may have read the question wrong. The question is, which of the following is not a permissible ground? Not which is a permissible ground. That could have been a problem that some of you would have faced. But let me just clarify that. Just because you're dissatisfied with the decision of the arbitral tribunal, you cannot challenge it. There are limited grounds of challenge which are available under the Arbitration and Conciliation Act of 1996, and only under those circumstances can the arbitral award be challenged. All right, let's move on to the next question. All right, DASH is the forum/authority tasked with the implementation of foreign awards in India. Single judge High Court, Commercial Division of the High Court, Indian Chamber of Commerce, the Supreme Court. So if the question is, if there is the implementation of a foreign award, the foreign award has been passed. Now, if there is an implementation required on that foreign award, which is the authority as per the Arbitration and Conciliation Act, which has been given the responsibility? Oh, a lot of you got this one correct. Great. That's absolutely right. The Commercial Division of the High Court is the correct authority which has the power to implement foreign awards in India. This is something which has been put down very clearly under the Arbitration Conciliation Act. All right, let's move on to the next question. Let's see if we've got a leaderboard coming up in the next this thing. Yes. All right, we've got a change. Anais has dropped to number 2. Sanket has caught up 188. Congratulations, Sanket. Anais, you can still do this. I hope I'm pronouncing your names correct. Prathamesh has caught up. Naksen K also, I think you've dropped down 1 point, and Naksen is at number 5. Deepak, Vihar, Nirukta, please don't give up. There is still time for you to catch up with Sanket and Anais and give them a run for their money. So let's move on to the next question. We still have 6 questions left. Can an arbitration clause or an agreement be amended after the contract has been signed? All right. Yes, it can be amended. No, it can't be amended. Yes, it can be amended if one party wants to do so, or yes, but only if both parties agree to do so. It's a very simple question. Can an arbitration clause be or an agreement be amended after the contract has been signed? So that both the parties have come together, signed the contract, and be amended after that. Absolutely right. Guys, actually, the simple answer would be yes, it can be corrected. Yes, it can be amended, but we've got a better answer available over here, because it's only when the parties specifically agree to the change in the clause can it be done. Although I think we should have a system in which yes should also be given some correct points, not all, but some correct points. As of right now, I didn't have an option, so I gave it as wrong. The only option I did have on my slides was if I could choose both as correct answers, but yes, but only if both parties agree to do so is a more appropriate answer, and that's why I've selected it. Congratulations to the ones who got it right. Let's move on to the next question. I hope you guys are having fun. An arbitration agreement is valid even if it is only verbal, that is not written, not signed by the parties. Simple, very simple question. An arbitration agreement is valid even if it is only verbal. Now, I take this cue from the concept of contracts because contracts can be made even if they are verbal. What do you think? All right. My attempt to fool you did not work. A majority of you have got it right. An arbitration agreement which is made verbally amounts to nothing. You have to have it in agreement. Both parties have to sign to that arbitral agreement. Only then will it be valid. So most of you have got it correct. Congratulations for that. And let's move on to the 9th question. I've had a few. I hope there's a difficult question. If an arbitration agreement does not exist between the parties, which form of dispute resolution does the matter default to? So if arbitration is not agreed by the parties, which form of dispute resolution does it default? Please remember the question is which form of dispute resolution does the matter default to, not which options can be chosen by the parties. Default. This is easy. Correct. It defaults. Mediation or conciliation can be options that can be chosen by the parties. Now, negotiation is not a formalized form of dispute resolution. Negotiation is, see, any kind of conversation which takes place between the parties where they are trying to arrive at an agreement or arrive at a solution is a negotiation. When this negotiation fails, then they go in for a form of dispute resolution. It could be conciliation, it could be mediation, it could be litigation. But the question was about the default process. If there is no arbitration agreement, the default process that exists is litigation. You could opt for conciliation and mediation also, but in default, it goes into litigation. All right. Hope that makes sense. All right, Leaderboard again. Anas has come back. Good job, Anas. Okay, back to second. This is how we were looking at the leaderboard in the first during the first break that we taken. Prathamesh, Aman. Oh, Aman's a new entrant into the top 5. Where has my Natsen has dropped down? Come on, you still have time to catch up. We still have 3 questions. Nirukta, don't give up. Please come on and try and answer the questions. These were easy questions. Hopefully we get a few more difficult or slightly complicated questions in the next options. Let's see what we have as a next question. All right, this is the last leg, guys. Come on. Will the arbitration proceeding continue if the challenge to the arbitrator is not successful? So there is a challenge to the arbitrator which is made. Will the arbitration proceedings continue if that challenge to the arbitrator fails? Will the arbitration continue? So somebody makes a challenge vis-a-vis the arbitrator saying that they do not want the arbitrator, they want to change in the arbitrator, falana, dimkana, whatever the solution is. Will the arbitration proceedings continue? The answer is yes. If you fail to, if the challenge for the arbitrator fails, the arbitration will continue because there is no reason to put an end to the arbitral proceedings. It will continue as it was before. All right, move on to the next question. Second last question, guys, come on. Successful conciliation ends with a settlement award that is legally binding and enforceable like an arbitral award. Successful conciliation ends with a settlement agreement that is legally binding and enforceable like an arbitral award. The question is there a similarity between the process of conciliation and arbitration in terms of the arbitral award, and when does it end? The answer is true. A successful conciliation also ends exactly the way the arbitration ends, Please remember, a conciliator's settlement agreement has the same power that is held by the arbitral award passed by an arbitrator, although the systems of dispute resolution are very different. A conciliator does not pass an award. It's a form of a facilitated negotiation, more similar in nature to mediation, wherein there is no decision-making authority. The conciliator merely assists the parties to arrive at a solution. I don't want to go into too much of a conversation about the difference between conciliation and mediation, but basically in a conciliation, even though the process is different, under the Arbitration and Conciliation Act of 1996, the conciliator's award has been given the same power as the arbitral award. All right. Last question, guys. I hope some of you guys are able to catch up, and let's look at the last question. I hope it's a complicated one. I don't remember the questions I selected. Even though an arbitration agreement exists, disputing parties can choose to bypass arbitration in favor of litigation so long as both parties agree to do so. Even though an arbitration agreement exists, disputing parties can choose to bypass arbitration in favor of litigation so long as both parties agree to do so. I'm thinking a lot of people will choose 3. Yeah, that's what I thought. No, there are no special circumstances under which this can happen. Even though an arbitration agreement exists, if both the parties decide that they don't want to go in for arbitration, you don't have to go through with arbitration. You can proceed to litigation, but both parties must agree to this. There is no requirement of the existence of any special circumstances under which this can be done. It can be done without any questions asked, without any special circumstances existing. You can merely bypass the arbitration and go directly into litigation. But the fundamental requirement is the fact that you must have both the parties agreeing to this. All right, let's see what the leaderboard looks like. Let's see how quickly you've been able to answer. Please remember, just because somebody has won does not mean that they got all the answers correct. It could also mean that they answered the fastest, even if they did not get the maximum number of answers correct. Some people may have got a lot of answers correct, but they still may not be on top of the leaderboard because of the fact that they took a little bit of time to answer. And that's the fun of the fastest finger kind of quiz. And I quite like this system of quiz, although every time I've participated in such quizzes, I've performed horribly. Hosting it is a lot of fun. And I did enjoy participating in it as well. I hope all of you, I know I'm keeping you hanging. I know I'm not showing you the results, but I hope all of you enjoyed the quiz as much as I did. So please remember, once I show you the results, we'll be communicating the results on our social media platforms as well, and reaching out to you guys as well with the results. And in case you want to go through with the scholarship options that we've got available, please feel free to do so. Let's see what the result is. Okay, has come up first. Congratulations. K was a very consistent second and third during this entire process, because the last moment jumped up and claimed the first prize. Congratulations. Sanket is second. Sanket, you've been dabbling between first and second. Priya Rao, you've not been in the top 5 for quite some time, but a very, very good jump. Prathamesh is back. Anes dropped to top to the 5th position. Not bad, Anes. I'm presuming you got the last few questions wrong, but better luck next time. I'll just go down the order and see who's scoring over here. Piyush is 6th. Vihar is 7th. Nagsen 8th. Deepak and Aman Agarwal. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much for participating. And as usual, if you have any questions or queries, you can feel free to message us and chat with us. Let me just see if I have any questions from anybody. Keshav, all right, thanks. All right, great. Thank you so much, guys, everyone, for coming and participating in this. Our team will reach out to you with the prizes and what you have won, the scholarship options available and all of that. You can feel free to Just 1 second, guys. I think my team wants to communicate with me. Just give me a second. Yeah, sure. If any of you want to come live and interact with us, please feel free to do that. Vivan, how do I do that? Can they directly just switch on their cameras and do that, or how do we do it? Sanket and Keshav can go live. Sanket and Keshav, would you like to go live? Let me just ask Sanket and Keshav. All right, I've been given instructions by Team Creator. You can refresh your account and go live. The option for going live will be available to you as soon as you refresh. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. The AHA slides is going to go away, and we're going to be back on the Creator platform itself. All right, guys, I'm just waiting for some people to go live if they so wish.
Hey, I'm live. Hi.
Hi, just 1 second, 1 second. Hi, Keshav. Congratulations. Let me ask you this. Rama, you should see an option of going live. If you refresh your account, Rama, you can come on live also. Keshav, are you a law student? Have you studied arbitration before? Is this something?
I completed my law in 2015, although I don't practice law. But suddenly today I was scrolling Creator and I saw arbitration law quiz. So fresh memories. I just immediately jumped into it.
So what is it exactly that you do, Keshav, as of right now?
I work with Roha sir. I work in his project, hybrid finance project.
Oh, nice, nice.
And I'm a learner from him.
Oh, congratulations. Rama, in case you want to join us, you can just refresh and click on the and switch your video on. Sanket, if you'd like to join us as well. So did you find Keshav, have you done any of these quizzes before?
I did quizzes for crypto with Roha sir. So I find it very interesting. I love AHA quiz.
Isn't it? I find it very, very, but when I'm participating in a quiz, because I've also participated in some of the quizzes that Rohas hosts, I just can't seem to look at the questions, certain what the answer is and answer in time. I invariably know the answer, but just that the clock running out really plays on my mind, and I invariably get the answers wrong.
Today I also gave 3 answers, got 3 answers wrong because I read the question in hurry and I read it wrong.
एक तो वो होगा जिसमें आपने वो not
you also pointed that was it.
I purposely put that question in because actually I shouldn't have. Maybe next time I won't ask ask these negative questions, because as it is, participants are short of time and they're in a hurry to click the answer.
Our brain was not ready for it. We were only looking for positive questions, and suddenly negative question popped up. But interesting. I'm really happy that I did this quiz, not because I came first, but fresh memories from the college.
And where did you study? Sanket and Rama, you can switch on your video.
I studied it from KIIT Bhubaneswar.
In KIT Bhubaneswar, yeah. So we've taken lectures at KIT Bhubaneswar. In fact, one of our faculty members, one of our directors, who's a High Court lawyer,
Debashish sir,
he's taken quite.
I know him as well.
You've attended his lectures?
No, I didn't attend his lecture, but I know him. We worked on some project with Roha sir only.
Okay. Great. Sanket and Rama, would you like to switch your cameras on or put on your audios so that we can interact?
Hello, sir.
Hi, Sanket. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Sanket, so just tell us a little bit about yourself so that our audience can also know where you are.
Sir, actually, right now I'm pursuing law from JLC Mumbai. So I am first year law student at JLC Mumbai.
Oh, not bad. Yeah, for a first year law student, you already know quite a bit about arbitration. How is that? Have you studied arbitration?
No, sir. Actually, I'm in the ADR committee. That's why.
Oh, nice. So maybe next time we are hosting this kind of a quiz, I'll send you the link and you can send it out to the ADR community or to the committee and then the rest of the student community as well.
Okay.
No issue. But congratulations, Sanket. Thank you so much for participating in this. And Rama, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, sir.
Rama, I can see Rama over here, but I can't seem to. Are you here with us? My colleague and friend, very close friend, Aditya Nain, who's one of the faculty members we have for this arbitration course, will also be joining us. Aditya, can you refresh and come live onto the screen? All right.
Go. Hi, everyone. Hi, Gokul.
Hi.
Nice quiz, Gokul. That was fun.
That was fun, no? Yeah.
Yes.
I agree. This is thanks to Creator and their team who made this possible. They suggested the platform. This is the platform that is run by Vivan and his team, and we started using this platform. In fact, my colleague and friend Rohas has been using it for quite some time. I'm still not very well versed with the platform. I find it a little challenging because you're hosting the quiz on one platform and you're going to another platform, and then the integration between the two is a little too much for a slightly technologically challenged person like me to handle. But
Congratulations to the winners and to everyone. Thanks a lot for participating.
Thank you.
This was good. Hey, has anyone here joined our arbitration course, Gokul? Do we know that?
I think a few of them have. I could see a few familiar names. I did see that, but generally a lot of people from outside have also come in and participated, which is great.
Awesome. That's great. So I think what I'll do is I'll just post the link because I know the team will be getting in touch with people.
Aditya, we're losing you. Your connectivity is a little off, but yeah, why don't you post the link over here and we'll send the message across, because our team will be getting across to Keshav, Sanket, and the rest of the winners as well. We'll be giving the information across to you, and please feel free to reach out to us in case you have any questions or queries. So I'll let all of you get on with your Saturday night or Saturday daytime for you, Aditya. I know you're in some weird part of the world which is not India. So what time is it where you are, Aditya? Is it?
It's 10:45 in the morning for me.
10:45 in the morning. So I will let you get along or get on with your Saturday morning, whatever the commitments you have. I will get back to whatever commitments I have for a Saturday evening. I think there are more exciting things than arbitration quizzes that all of us have to take part in. But thank you so much for attending. I had a lot of fun. I hope all of you had a lot of fun as well. Aditya, thank you for coming on live. Team Creator, Vivan, thank you so much for helping me host this. And Vivan, especially, I want to thank you and genuinely thank you for being as patient as you always are to explain this process to me. And as Kalpana, thank you so much for joining. Yes, Kalpana, please come on. If you are free, Kalpana, please join in and come live if you want to share a few thoughts.
Gokul, I think I joined a couple of minutes late, but I'm not sure if you spoke about the prizes and all those sorts of things.
Yeah, I did explain to everyone, because most of the participants who've come in over here have come in either through our LinkedIn account, because this
right.
thing goes live on YouTube as well as LinkedIn. So people have joined in from both these platforms. We've got options available for people to avail of scholarships for our programs. Our team will be reaching out to all the winners to give them an option of what the scholarships are and how they can avail it.
Awesome. Thank you. Because it's my first quiz, so I took a few minutes to get on board.
Yeah. Don't worry, Aditya. I take a very long time to get on board, and every single time before the quiz, I have this kind of a panic attack where I call up Vivan and say, Vivan, what am I supposed to do? And Vivan says, okay, that's all right. Don't panic. Let's go live. Click here, click there. It seems very reminiscent of the kind of instructions I give my own mother when she's accessing technology. Although I supposedly am not that old and fairly technologically challenged. All right, guys. I don't know if
Kalpana wants to join, right? So let's just give her a couple of minutes to refresh, and because they have to first give her permission and then she'll refresh.
Is that how it works? All right.
Yeah, I think so.
Kalpana, waiting for you to come on live. I found some of the questions. I didn't realize, Aditya, and this is something that Aman, our team will reach out to you with the scholarship, depending upon where you've landed up on the scoring sheet. Our team will reach out to you with the scholarship options. My colleague's name is Preeti Bidwai. I'll put down her number in the chat box. Her name is Preeti Bidwai. You can reach out to her anytime post Monday morning, 10 o'clock. Our office will be open and you can reach out to her. She will resolve all your queries with respect to the prizes and the discounts and scholarships which are available.
Gokul, does Preeti have his Aman's contact details? I know we've shared hers, but if she wants to contact him, does she?
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Team Creator. So everybody who's registered, we have the details of the people who've registered because I think you've had to put in your telephone number, your mobile phone number to register.
Okay.
Is that correct, Aditya?
Yes, your telephone number.
Yeah. So we will have the numbers available. Rama, I don't know what the issue seems to be. Yes, I think we can see.
Yeah, Rama, we can see you now. I think just unmute or
now you can unmute yourself and in case you can switch on your video as well. It'd be nice to see who you're talking to. So yeah, Aditya.
Yeah, so Aman, I think Aman, as long as your name appears as Aman on the registration, we'll be able to get in touch with you. But please feel free to send Preeti a message saying, "Hi, this is Aman from the quiz," and then she'll get back to you.
Rama,
and I'll also put my LinkedIn down here. If anyone has questions just about the course and you want to speak to me, I'm happy to do that.
Rama, we can see you on the platform, Rama, but I don't know. Are you finding it difficult to go live? Are the options not going live for you?
There must be an option, Rama, for you to unmute yourself.
Oh, I think
So I've just, everyone who's still on the call, I've just put my LinkedIn profile. I'm one of the faculty members for the arbitration course, and I've co-written the book on which this course is based with Dr. Bharat Nen. So get in touch, connect, feel free to connect with me, and you can just have a chat, just general chat about ADR arbitration or about the course if you wish, course of the book.
Yeah, and feel free to reach out to us in case you have any queries about arbitration, even if it is not with respect to the course, that's perfectly fine. We are trying to build a community, trying to build ADR up the way we see the potential of this field. We know that it is going to become extremely popular in the years to come, and I hope all of us can be a part of this movement, which brings about this sustainable change in the form of dispute resolution, and a very positive change from the manner in which it exists today. But having said that, Aditya, I think we could log off now. I don't think that there are people.
Kalpana has just joined, Gokul.
Oh, okay, Kalpana. Hi, Kalpana.
So Kalpana, if you can unmute yourself or put your video on, we can now just see that you've joined, but we can't see you or hear you.
Let me just ask Vivan if there is any specific reason why this is happening. Okay. Hi, Kalpana.
Hi, Kalpana. Nice to see you. Kalpana, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
Kalpana, आप mute पे हो. And I think there's a little bit of a video lag, which is also taking place. Kalpana, हमें आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. Unfortunately, हमें आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है. Unfortunately, we are not able to hear you.
हाँ, she's on now.
But I don't know what is happening. Yes. Now it's
Yeah,
done.
Kalpana. Yeah, we can hear you
Yeah.
now.
Then actually I'm in market. Okay. I just saw this one. You're presenting. That's why I'm coming through in your food library. I'm sitting in the restaurant and I'm listening you.
All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening in, Kalpana, despite the fact that you're out and about. Thank you so much for joining in. I hope you could hear us and hope you had a good time participating in the quiz, or at least listening to the conversations that we were having about arbitration. Thank you so much for joining in. Kalpana, we're going to put down our numbers in case you want to continue this conversation whenever you're back home. Preeti's number is here. Aditya's LinkedIn number is here. I'm just going to put in my WhatsApp number as well. You can reach out to me at any point of time if you have any queries.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Very good.
We will also keep you informed about everything that we're doing and the conversations that we are having with experts that we bring on board. And we'll send that link out to all of you. Hopefully, you will be able to take out the time and join us.
Thank you.
All right, Aditya, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
And thank you, Kalpana, and everybody else for joining in. Goodbye. Have a good day. Bye.